Does man have free will? That is our question. That is Rabbi Raphael Birdugo's question. This week's Torah portion, we begin by hearing that Hashem said to Moses, "Come to Pharaoh, for I have made his heart and the heart of his servants stubborn, so that I can put these signs of mine in his midst." This doesn't seem fair. Rabbi Raphael first wants to understand how this verse is possible. And he says, there have been many commentators and many variations to understand how is it that God hechbidet lev paro? How is this possible? Because once God is mending with Pharaoh's heart, then the question of free will arises because he's not really deciding what he wants to do. The second question, of course, is why does God tell Moses, this is what I'm doing to Pharaoh? What does it matter? So let's start with the bigger question. The bigger question of why does God, or how is it fair that God is doing this? Rabbi Raphael says very simply. He says, Pharaoh already sinned enough, and it was decided that he and his people must be done with, right? That there's already been a decree, there's already been a fair judgment for what they did, for the Holocaust and the Israelites and the Nile. Enough is enough. He already deserves his punishment. And therefore, once already it has been decided, he is in fact like a dead person. And therefore, God is going to then use him by mending his heart. Now that no longer he deserves free will, God is now, because he's going to be killed, God is going to mend his heart because we need to use what happens in Egypt to remind the Egyptians and to remind the world that there is a God in the world. So fair is fair. And then why does God have to then tell Moses, this is what I'm doing to Pharaoh's heart? Because Moses was scared. Rabbi Raphael says Moses was worried when he saw the stubbornness of Pharaoh. He thought it was only himself, and he thought, maybe he's going to kill me. Maybe I'm going to be hung. So this is why God has to say to him, don't worry. His heart is in my hands. I'm running the show now because his judgment is done. Thoughts on the Torah portion of Bo with Rabbi Raphael Birdugo. Shabbat Shalom.